Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to my channel Organic Truth, formerly known as the Muslim Doula. I'm Mona J. As a culinary nutrition expert and a mom of two, I know the value and importance of drinking lots and lots of water. Most of us have a lot of issues trying to maintain this, especially I find when you're not at work or at school where you have your water bottle there and you're drinking all the time. So my tips are going to be really helpful for if you're at home during quarantine, if you're working from home or you're a stay-at-home parent or otherwise. So before I move forward, please go ahead and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at mona.organictruth. It's also important to remember that the amount of water that we need ranges between, if you're a male or a female, between your genetics, your age, your activity and exercise level, your health conditions. But what I'm going to do here is the average 8 cups a day. So everything I do, I measure with a measuring cup. So my first tip is obviously find a cup that you have. I have these teacups and each one is about 1 cup, and I'll fill 8 of them and leave them on a tray in the kitchen full. And throughout the day, I will chuck it down as much as I can and then place it in the sink or rinse it off and put it on the dish rack, sorry. So that's a great way to visually know how much you've gone throughout the day. Now the next tip, I'm sure some of you may have heard it before, is filling a cup and putting 8 elastics. But here I have a cup that fills 2 cups of water. So I measure 2 cups, put it in here and it fills it. And every time you drink a whole cup of water, like magic, I just drink this whole cup. What I would do is I would take this elastic and put it at the bottom. And that means I've drank 2 cups of water today, or if you have 1 cup, that's 1 cup of water. So you fill it up right when you finish it, and you leave it on the counter, and as you walk by, as you go out throughout the day, you drink it again, and then you just keep doing this until you've finally finished your last amount of water. And when they're all at the bottom like this, you know you've reached your goal for the day. And congratulations. Now my last tip is measuring 8 cups of water and filling it into a jug. Some people have jugs that have the measurements on it. This one doesn't, but I pre-filled it so I can just every morning I can fill it up and I know that's my 8 cups for the day. And you can pick your favorite cup to place next to it in the kitchen or wherever you are most of the time if your kids are not going to grab it. So as you're going out throughout your day, you can just keep track. Drink as much as you can. And then keep going. And again, this is great because it's visual, so you can keep track of how much you got drinking. Now that we've covered how you can make sure that you get enough water throughout the day, let's just go into the quality of water. So as most of you are probably aware, our tap water is not the greatest. It is full of fluoride and lead and hormones from birth control pills that are being left in our system. It's got a lot of things in there that are really actually very detrimental to us, especially when you're consuming a lot of something, it builds up in our system. And getting bottled water is not any better because they are usually in plastic, and plastic leaches microplastic and lots of other chemicals and estrogen as well into your water. So I would stay away from plastic water bottles and tap water if you can. The filters are okay, they take out a lot of the flavors and some of the bigger chemicals, but they don't get rid of the hormones. My 2 top recommendations are getting either a reverse osmosis system, which is a RO system. That's what we have, and it's really night and day. You can even taste the difference. And another thing is if you can't get that and you have spring water somewhere close to your city, you can go and stock up on that. Just make sure you try to use glass instead of plastic, or steel, stainless steel, big buckets and stuff like that to take home. We have a few close by here. They're about a 20-minute drive from where I live, but I was lucky enough to be able to invest into an RO system. We do everything from make tea with it, we cook with it, we wash our produce with it, and of course ultimately we drink our water with it. This is also great tips for during the month of Ramadan when we are fasting all day and only have a few hours at the end of the day to stay hydrated. I would really recommend trying your best to make sure that you're getting enough water, because to feel less tired and hungry and exhausted the next day, if you're well hydrated, you'll be able to go through the next day much better. You'll be able to maintain a lot of your health and especially during these times with the coronavirus, COVID-19, it's really important to stay hydrated and avoid getting too thirsty. Thank you for watching, and if you guys have any other tips of how to stay hydrated at home without a water bottle, please share them in the comments or message me on Instagram at mona.organictruth. And thank you again for watching, and 𝐧𝐚𝐦𝐿𝐴. Take care.